Not much, lady. How are you today?
I got your message talking about the business.
Yeah, 'cause I remember that day when, and then again, I don't want to include Chuck on it, and I'm not going to knock him and stuff. He is young, like you're saying, 15 years old. And when I know you started with half the story, and it just dawned on me, too, that here I am, buying my gear and everything. And, it's totally unfair, for me to just like, get in on. Now, I think if anything, it's between you and Chuck, and of course, we know you're going to win because you focus on that, trying to make that happen. And if it's up to me, I vote for you to have it anyways. You know, not to criticize too.
I
Good.
really believe I should back down too and let him have it because he would be so upset about it because he's been talking about this Griffin ever since we started playing that one Christmas.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, we can always talk about it. I mean, me, I can always buy one. I look, I bought the lizard. It was like 350 Astra crystals, or 1,000, 350,000. I mean, actually, like, yeah, TG just like kind of, edged me on it. Like he didn't think I was gonna do it. I said, boom, buy it. He's like, oh God, he's just like, it's like he was like a little kid in a candy store or something. But, so I can always buy me a Griffin, but it's yeah, and I know you're working really hard on it too. I mean, the
Yeah, I am too, but
uh-huh.
he might just get upset. Yeah, just like you said, he might be depressed about it.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. And I don't want to again, not, not knocking him and stuff, but even though TG did say about the whole thing of keeping the mic free, I mean, the music's cool, but I know he can sing, and there's a couple times I put him on mute. I don't want him to get mad at me, you know what I mean? Because I do that. It's just I can't concentrate. It's like the older I've gotten, I noticed the less multitasking I can do, you know, and that's just kind of like something with me. It's a little tougher today to kind of pay attention to things or have good focus on it if there's other things going on in the background. So it's not, it's nothing personal with him or anything like that. He's a good fighter. He means well and everything, but yeah, he should allow allow you to talk when you want to talk. hmm and in my case, I think the delay screws me up. Where if you notice when TG and a few times when you were talking to that, um, I'll talk, but I'll like, okay, I'm sorry, and keep saying that, but then yet nobody knows. Okay, Rocky, when are you gonna stop talking? And that's all on me, and I'm trying to work on that though. And also outbursting like, "Oh shit," and blah, I did that in Warcraft, and everybody hated it, and it was my fault because I used to speak with open mic, but here on the or play with open mic instead of having the push button because I just thought it was easier. Um, but like on here, we don't have like a switch to turn it on and off except for our own mute button, you know. And then we forget to turn it back on if we need to communicate in battle. So, little by little. Okay, I mean, I just wanted to get that off my chest because it hit me last night, and I'm thinking like, okay, everybody's not on and stuff like that, and I'm thinking like, oh, that's right. When TG was talking about my gear level, he's like, wow, look at your gear level now, and this and that, and then I thought about it. I'm thinking, oh yeah, that this was like later when everybody had broke up and left. Um, I was like, I was like, oh, damn, that's right. I said, well, it wouldn't be fair. Somebody, I got financial freedom when it comes to that, and it doesn't, it wouldn't make it right if I go and buy into it, and then all of a sudden, I'm given the Griffin. You know what I mean? It just that's not like I earned it. I might have earned it through cash going to work every day, but but it's not in the game. I basically Chuck might have been playing it longer than I have. TG most definitely been playing it longer than he has, and hmm exactly. And then you're giving your brains out to to all the stuff that you can give into the guild bank, and you're focusing. Actually, if you're not are you six yet? Did TG make you six? Uh, okay, okay, good. You know, lady, I would.
He's 7 now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, seven, or I'll tell you what, even between the three of us, me, you, and Chuck, you, Chuck, and um, I think honestly, you should also have that higher authority, though. Even when it comes to that, maybe we can talk. I give you my vote, but I talk to TG if it ever comes up, because you do have a focused thinking about the game. Me, I'm just a grunt. I'll admit it too. Yeah, oh yeah, 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 most definitely. And you're doing such a good job that you have my vote for that. Now I'm not saying that to schmooze you, like pour whipped cream on the subject of but in an educated level, believe that your efforts are a lot stronger and mean more value. Like if TG ain't here, you should call the shots. Like and that's why, like yesterday, I had to mute out. I don't know if I was making noise, but that's why I muted out Chuck, because I wanted to hear what you had to say. In order to get that done, sometimes it's important that I do that. Um, and I think I understand Chuck's situation, because honestly, like ADA runs in my family, attention deficit disorder, and we're all like that. Actually, my family's so dysfunctional in some ways. Not that I'm saying we're real bad people or anything. We're not. We're good people, but we throw so many ideas out at something, we never come to a conclusion on something. So it's like, you come out and you're like, okay, I think we should do this. Okay, boom. I would focus on what you're saying, because you're not going to lead us astray. You're not gonna lead us astray. I know that for sure. You got a good heart and you're good giving. So I would listen to you before I would listen to myself. You know, so so yeah, then let's let's carry on and see what we can do. I actually went to go hang with a couple of new people. My friend Fearless and Degrazi, my cousin. He still wants to get into it. So I wanted to get them at least one of their characters semi-power level. But I keep pushing to them, do your quests, go and do your quest lines. Because after I help them get one of their characters up, I'm not going to be buying them things. I only do that for us. Okay, but I want them to learn to make their own cash and work their way up. Fearless, he'll never be an officer. He'll never probably get past one, or if anything, he'll get to two. He's he Oh, on chat or anything, or okay. He's a 10-year he's a 10-year-old kid. I met him on Warframe, and he's a really good player. And when it comes to Fearless, it's like, hey, hey, don't go that way. There's some heavy dudes over there. He'll be like, okay. He'll start walking back towards. Once you turn your back, he'll be like, charge, and go run run after giants when he's a level 5. It's like because he just wants to try it. So that's why it's fear. Yeah, and he's a cool kid, but sometimes he can be a mischief maker, And I told him not to do too much of it. I don't want him to get kicked from the guild or anything. But I even let TG know of his demeanor and the way he carries himself. So
Yesterday me and TG was talking about me not donating enough to the guild.
hmm yeah,
We was talking about that, but I guess he got the memo yesterday, so he's donating stuff to the guild.
okay, yeah. I've been keeping an eye on
He
that.
was saying,
Good, dear. I'm sorry.
oh yeah, we wanted to say like yesterday when we was talking like yesterday's room.
hmm Um, I noticed when how I do the greed thing.
Yeah,
All right. Well, when I greed, of course, that would be between you and Chuck. If me, you, and him are out there, right?
yeah,
Well, I notice he picks up a lot of stuff, a lot.
yeah. He picks up a lot of stuff, but he don't donate it. But yesterday he was donating because of what I said yesterday. Talking about like anything y'all find, pick up and donate to the guild so we can level up.
hmm Yeah, you are an influence to him, in that way. And I tell you, I keep an eye on stuff, but you know what? I don't want to say anything about it until other people, have notice to it or there's some support to it, because I only in my eyes it would only be one side of the story, which isn't right, you know. So, and I could totally understand that, and because also you're better influence to him than I am. I can, I can stop him as a man and say, hey, listen here, young man, that's it. But then at a certain point, there's always the young man challenges the older man factor too, as well. And I don't want to cause headaches for TG and then cause disruption with the rest of the guild, just because me and him have a little bout going on and stuff. But he does need to control himself. After giving him, the gifts, that they gave everybody the gifts, I thought that would show an edge of my generosity. Not that I'm buying the guild or buying my vote to be powerful. It's to support, to show my end, how far I want to jump and get a start. And, I guarantee you, there's people out there that are real jealous of us right now if they see us on the charts. Um,
Yeah.
and, yeah, and, if Chuck, with what he's picking up, all that he's picking up and stuff, and then by asking me for a couple gold a few times when I know he's picking up a whole bunch of stuff, I keep an eye on that, you know, um, and I hope he does understand it's good to control himself and have a good rapport about the way he carries himself too as well. Getting on and being macho cool. All right, then he's the general. He can say charge and let's go fight and stuff. But yet when it comes to tactics, we got to ask the politician, and that would be you. You got to get the okay from the office first, before you go spending money on a war and all that kind of stuff. And um, he's bully. He's young. That's cool. We need feistiness in the guild too as well. Somebody that turns on a wrath. He does have very good DPS. That's why I did want to invest into him. I know TG was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" But out of goodness to understand, I want some strength in the guild, and I got to get one of these panthers. Where the heck do you get those, girl? I mean, I know I got a lizard.
He ain't got this panther.
Oh, all right. I got to talk to him because it really. All right, because I'm thinking about that, but you know what? Before I do that, I do want to get like a knot, a tassel knot for my companion. He needs a few pieces. My Misha needs a good guardian. Um, I was doing some cues just a little while ago, testing out some new power changes that I put into Misha. So this way I can get her fine tuned and used to some other things. You know, oh. And if I happen to ramble on too much, lady, let me know, because I can't get that way sometimes. What is it says maximum blessings soon will not grant you any more celestial coins. Well, how do I do? Yeah, it says yeah until you use some. I used them all up. I thought you will still receive.
Yeah, you used it all up. You gotta wait until the next day.
Oh, okay. So I can invoke anyways right now, or all right, 2,000.
And you can't.
It said coins. If I don't use up the coins, select. I did get the celestial coin, but it did prompt me. I got one celestial coin, but here, let me see. There's that one little. Let me see if it. No, it doesn't do it again. Oh, it's something else came up here. Patience. You must wait before invoke.
L1 and
Right.
on your pad, yeah.
Yeah. Directional. Um. Now it gave me the rewards of devotion area. Okay, I got granted, and I have like 14 hours left before the next time I can invoke them. Okay, I I see. Got it. Because I happen to do that a lot.
You go by minutes, not hours.
Oh, really? Okay, wait. Well, I see this. Okay, maybe yeah. You're right. That's right. Okay, yeah, you're right. I see it. You're right. It's by miss hours and stuff. So I was even checking on my other characters. The Pally's coming up very well. I'm glad you were able to join us yesterday. with my friends because I want you to get that warlock up too, and I'm not gonna. With the Pally, I'm not gonna spend money on him. I think he's tough enough. I just got a whole bunch of new armor and everything. He's tough enough to be able to go out and farm it now, So I just got to learn the techniques of tanking, which could help me, help us out a lot as well. Care to do a queue, or are you busy right now? You got some things you got to do.
I'm still trying to get my item level up. I
Okay.
might not let him have it, but brother needs his space.
Right.
I got you, bro.
No, well, see, there, Kali, I mean, not Kali, I have to keep calling you by your character name, but, lady, the thing is, you do work hard. I mean, I understand that, it'd be nice to have it, but like we were just pointing out, the whole thing about him giving, he's holding back. We probably would have been a lot further in the guild mimic right now, if he is, if he would. You keep an eye on that. It's not for me up to police, but I'm a good supporter to the guild. I don't want to have the last word. I do want other people's opinions. Um, and somebody asked me that either yesterday or I talked to. Oh, you know what? Real quick, there. Hang on to this group. I got to get somebody kicked Baltimore out of our guild. Or I might have left by mistake. Yeah, he's.
Because he wanted everybody to have at least like two characters,
Oh,
and he said Baltimore he really don't like need to be in the guild for him no more.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I recall it. Yes. No, you're
So
right.
that's why I kicked my warlock out because
Oh. you do-
that way he'll go to another guild and make allies and
Okay. Okay.
go to our original guild.
Sounds good. That sounds good. I thought we would go for three, but I didn't know if there was a limit on it too, which is another thing. That's kind of that.
Yeah, he made a limit on it yesterday. We was talking about that.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know
He
if.
got some good ones.
Oh. Maybe you should get yourself a spiral notebook there. Too. It comes in handy though. Okay. So then I'll leave Baltimore out, but
Yeah, only two characters in the guild.
So what I want to do, and I'll let you know too. I was talking to my cousin, and I got 100 accidentally, just like I did with Orange Crush. I accidentally put 100,000 Astro Crystals in my cousin's guild, and he made me. I think he made me a level 7 as well. So just to let you know that I have a wizard over there, and I have a wizard over there, and I'll put Baltimore in there as well. So this way, we can do that. And honestly, what that um, is that guild's gonna. It's slow. It's a slow grower. It's not like we're gonna be power leveling or anything. I think what it is, I'll use those characters to do some of the farming. You know, um, you know, believe it or not, lady, I have. Let me see what I for some reason I had a 20% discount for another slot for characters. I ended up with 9 slots altogether. I think I got 4 or 5 characters created. One, two, three. I have 4 characters created, and I have 9 slots. I got like all these slots open now. I don't have to worry about buying anymore. It was only like 400 Zen. So I figured this way, we can have supportive characters on the outside and then be able to pass it to our characters that are inside this guild. This will be like our exalted guild, pretty much. So, yeah, the Stormcloaks pretty much would probably be for farming. And just to let you know that that's my intentions, not like some people like Ian and all this. They might have had another agenda with other guilds in the background. But just to let you know that my cousin has this guild, and that's what that's what I have going on in the background. There's no reason to not be transparent.
Making another character.
Hmm.
Just like I said before, Rusty is not making a character.
Uh,
I'm stuck on his great weapon fire because yesterday he asked him about
Mm-hmm.
so they could level up, but he wasn't going to do it. So yeah,
Ah,
it's more character.
well,
But he was fighting like
okay.
yesterday.
Yeah, he might have. I might have had him on mute during that time. I might have had him on mute at that time, and I'm against that. I think he should, if anything, if he's got an issue with, like, if he wants, if it, he wants to be pushed to be a cast or something, if he wants to be, a melee for great weapons fighter, I think he should make a whatchamacallit, a protector or a pally. You know, he doesn't have to do a healing pally. He could do just like me, and there's nothing wrong with having two tanks. You know, um, because when it comes down to it, we're gonna definitely gonna need that. So it's
Either switch it up or do something. I don't know what was the like.
oh, you know
His
what,
hair was wet.
you know what. I'm sorry, lady. You know what? It's my fault. I forgot. We're broadcasting, dear, too. This is it's like live on YouTube. I wish it would give you notice because I forgot completely to tell you about it. But as we're talking, I don't know what to
He's
say.
probably like, what are they talking about?
Damn it, yeah. Well, it's politics. It's politics. I hope. Um,
You might as well stop broadcasting because you're giving out too
I
informative
know.
information.
Well, I know TG's in on it, right? I know TG's watching. TG, bring your ass in here. He
No,
said,
Wesley could have been watching it. He'll
that's what I'm
remember.
saying. Yeah, let me see.
He
TG,
probably no, he probably in school because
well, you never know if he's watching it in school. Um,
he even got his phone taken from the teacher or something.
yeah, yeah.
Eh,
TG says he'll be on in 20 minutes. I'll stop broadcasting now. All right.
yeah, stop broadcasting.
Okay, we'll do.